So I think the fact that there is a policy is a great thing. Otherwise, this was a sector which nobody really looked at for so many decades, I'll say. I've been associated for almost 1.5 decades with this industry, and nobody really called it an industry. So it's really great that we have a policy that really focuses minds of a lot of people at the central and the state government, and the industry gets the support that they need and the importance that they've been looking for. So it's really great.
Yeah, it will bring in three things. The first one is like your infrastructure will get better because there is a lot of emphasis there from the government there onto building this infrastructure. Either there through government or that through participation there, everything. The second thing is integration. So we have got many every information is there and silos there. Now as a result of this policy, I think everything will come together.
Yeah.
The third thing is like that technology is an enabler there for bringing in efficiencies. I think that is also going to be driven there by this policy. I think it's a very, very positive kind of move, and it should help us there in reaching out that where we wanted to reach.
So it's like basically bringing everything in a centralized mode, making it more efficient, bringing down the overall cost of the logistics, which will actually boost the overall economy, bringing the technology including IT, AI, blockchain as well as the drones into the play within this particular policy. So Gati Shakti and National Logistic Policy are, along with the other subsidiary policies, will actually make the India logistics hub of the world by 2030.
I think it's fantastic because as with everything happening in India, I think this policy is going to democratize a lot of information. So our products, we deal with 4 or 5 verticals. So you have complete supply chain that's different for seafood, there's a supply chain different for poultry, for goat meat, for eggs. Now what's going to happen is we use air, we use the road, we use the Indian Railway, and I'm sure this policy will integrate all of it. Things will be a lot more easier, and we can implement technology and get things done a lot faster. And of course on a macro level, the costs are going to go down of logistics, which is so important, so we can pass on that benefit to the consumer.
This national logistic policy is going to impact each and every person in India, because it is integrating all the different types of logistics, like be it rail, road or air, and also breaking the barriers. Now complete logistics are embracing into the technology factor. They are adopting AI ML technologies and predictive modeling technology to access the best routes, the vacant warehouses, and all those things will come into picture, and obviously it is going to give great results.
Absolutely, the first term that comes to the cheetah. So the Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister, has launched this policy, and yeah, it comes with only 3 words, like, integration of various, either in terms of technology, either in terms of roads, either in terms of the stock that is flowing out. So this policy will make us more agile, adaptable, and will help the logistics cost, which is around 14% of the GDP now, can come down significantly, and that opens up more revenues for the companies to grow.
I think it's great that the government has come out with the policy, first of all, and I think it's good to see that they are focusing on reducing the costs in the sector. I think the target is about 8% of the GDP. I think there is a lot of scope for cost reduction in the logistics space in India, and I think technology, automation and data will play a very key role in bringing some of those efficiencies, and I think it's something that the sector really needs right now, and I hope we also can play a part in that.
Look, the way today the world is seeing supply chain. You must have seen in so many times in last 1.5 years, 2 years, in various speeches of Prime Minister, he has mentioned about supply chain logistics. Nobody used to talk about it a couple of years back. And globally also, when the leaders meet, they are talking about disruption, supply chain, how supply chain is relevant going forward for the economy. In Indian context, it is all the more important because India, because of the traditional ways of supply chain, has not been very competitive globally. So new policy will bring the integrated supply chain together, wherein all the ports, all the road surface transport, airports, they all combine together, and they will provide an integrated logistics. And we hope to reduce the logistics costs substantially from what it is today to almost to around 70%. Globally, it's about 5 to 6%, right? Once that happens, then we become very competitive in the world. So we are already doing pretty well in exports. Just imagine once this optimizes about 5-6%, we will be globally, we can do wonders in terms of exports and the impact it will have on the overall economy.